I'm Robbie McDaniel. I am marrying my soulmate and my best friend, Jason Leinart.
My name's Jason Leinart, and I'm going to marry my best friend, Robbie McDaniel.
I love his compassionate heart. I love his friendship with me. I love the fact that he can make me smile at a moment's notice.
I can wake up every day and she can always bring a smile to my face. That every morning when I wake up, it's just a happy, peaceful moment, before the day starts. And we have always shared that.
I love the fact that he is my best friend. I love the fact that he allows me to be myself, and I allow him to be himself.
She loves me in a way that allows me to be 100% myself all the time. And in turn, I love her for being herself. She doesn't have to impress me or, always filter her personality.
I love the fact that he's got the most beautiful blue eyes. I love his smile. I love how his left eye wrinkles a little bit when he smiles. I just love that. He gives the best hugs. He warms my heart. He makes me feel like I'm the only girl in the whole wide world, when I know that's not true, but that's how he makes me feel.
I love that when we're in a room together that she's the only one that I see.
I love the fact that he is willing to help me, renovate my great-grandfather's old house that we just bought. I love the fact that he's willing to, just help me be a better person. I love our likes and dislikes. I love the fact that he allows me to have my passions. I allow him to have his passions, but we support each other, whether we don't always agree on the same thing. I love his strengths. I love the fact that he has weaknesses too, because that allows me to have weaknesses. He's my cheerleader. He encourages me. He respects me and he honors me. And I know I do the same for him. And I love the fact that, that he is, honestly, my favorite thing about him is that he is my soulmate, and he is my best friend, and he is exactly the person that God has picked for me. And I know that. And like I said before, I have no doubt in that. I know that at the bottom of my heart, that he is my soulmate. And that's my favorite thing.
She's the most honest, giving, nurturing woman I think I've ever been in a relationship with. And through the friendship we had before, we both have the same traits really. And so what we were looking for, we'd found in each other. I love that she's affectionate. I love she's very supportive, and that we always have our own inside jokes. I love that we can be anywhere and it's just like we're all alone. She's my best friend. I love that most about her, that whenever I hear anything, good or bad news, she's the first one that I want to talk to about it. I love the fact that she understands me and she knows me a lot better than I know myself. And that's a great thing to have in a partner, I think. I love that no matter where we go, I know we're always going to have a good time. we can always cut up and joke around and make the best out of any situation. And just, there's so much more that I love about her, and that's why I refuse to let her get away.
We met through friends about 2.5 years ago. I was going through kind of a rough time in my life and met him through some friends, and this is a group of people that we would always hang out, you know, try to get together, go out to dinner, that kind of thing. And we always found ourselves kind of sitting close to each other. It was just kind of like I don't know, just like that attraction was there, but it wasn't physical yet. It was just more like a comfort thing for me. And we would start talking, and you know, we would find ourselves even after dinner, and everybody kind of hang out and talk after dinner, and we would still be standing there talking and just getting to know each other. And it was very platonic in the beginning, and it was kind of a cool thing. And after like 9 months, you know, we had this really great friendship built up, and then we just decided to say, you know, why not? You know, we didn't want to take a chance on running a great friendship, but we had come to learn in that 9 months that we had found that a lot of our wants and our needs were almost identical.
We were in the same group of friends. We met through friends of friends, and we kept finding ourselves going out to dinner and doing all these events when we always had this gravity, I think, that pulled us together, and we would just confide in each other and talk about things we were going through. And through about a 9 or 10 month process, we became almost best friends. And at that point, we decided that we would take the next step and see what would happen if we, you know, started dating each other. And you know, we grew together very quickly. We have a lot in common. I don't know, we just found ourselves being best friends and very open with each other.
They had taken me out for my birthday, and we'd invited Jason and a bunch of our other friends to come along, and it was funny. I was like, hey, it's my birthday, you know, and get free dessert. And Jason says, well, it's my birthday too. And we didn't believe him and got his idea out. And then another friend of ours, so it was my birthday too. So there we were, all three of us with the same birthdays. It was kind of crazy. So that was kind of like another thing that we had in common that I was like, oh my God, that's kind of crazy. But I don't know, that's just how we met. You know, we just met through friends and going through a rough time in my life. And, you know, he showed me what true friendship was. He showed me to what, I guess really in all honesty, what true love was about and how to love again, because I had been through some bad relationships in my life, and he had as well. And it just felt good to be myself around him. It felt good to be able to just be me and not worry about being judged. I had been fighting the feeling of should I not, should we not date, because we'd already built up that great friendship. But there was just something, the only thing I can say is it's a God thing. But it was just a feeling that I had, that it was just this peace and serenity and comfort that I never felt before. And that was even before we started dating. I felt more comfortable with him than I even had with half of my family, which was crazy.
I always knew that she was the one, which is what the sign said that I proposed to her with.
And our first, I guess, date was, besides, you know, always hanging out with our friends and stuff, was we went to Dollywood to see the Christmas lights. We started dating in November of 2011. And I can remember that feeling just coming over me, and I had even told one of my girlfriends, I'm like, I think I'm falling in love with this guy. And they're like, well, but she said, but don't be the one to say it first. I was like, okay, I won't. And I remember that we were standing in line to go on this ride, and we were laughing and having a good time. And I said, I just love your laugh. And I was trying so hard not to say I love you, and I just stopped. I bit my tongue because I remembered my girlfriend saying, don't tell him you love me first, don't tell him. And I was like, I just said that. I was like on the inside going, I just said that. And he laughed, and he said, well, I love your laugh too. And I said, oh, that's good. And I was like, oh God, I just really just, okay, whatever. So I didn't say anything else after that. He was very shy too, but it was just kind of funny because it was like 2 weeks later, it was already coming out. I'll never forget, we actually came out with the whole I love you, yes, I'm falling in love right around Christmas time of that year. So it was probably within a month of us first starting to date. That was the great thing, is he has these great little phrases that he says, and he had read somewhere that it's easier to turn friendship into love versus love into a friendship. And I think that's the backbone of why it works for us, is because we are true friends. He is my best friend. He knows everything about me.
You know, I did know very quickly. I knew, I think within a month, that there was something special about her. You know, made something that set her apart from anybody else I'd ever known.
And then when we started dating, it probably wasn't within a month that I knew. I just knew because it was so effortless. It was just this wonderful, easy transition from friendship into a relationship.
Far and wide, I see them searching day and night, spend their lives looking for just a little bit more. Open the sky, pull down the moon, aim for the dark, looking for the truth. But for me, all I know is it's always been you, love. It's always been you, my love. I'll be yours until the sun dies, till the stars fall from the blue sky. All my days, love for a lifetime. You'll be the tide, I'll be the sea. The rise or fall brings you home to me, brings you home to me. Oh, it's always been you, love. It's always been you, my love. Oh, it's always been you, my love. It's always been you, love. The open sky pulled down the moon. We saw through the dark and we found the truth. I found you. It's always been you, love. It's always always been you, my love.
Like I said, I knew I was going to propose very early on.
I had been wondering when he was going to propose. We had kind of did the marriage talk before. So he's very sneaky, I have found out.
You know, I had to sneak off after work and I went to Markman's and I ended up staying there and shopping, trying to pick out the ring that I knew she would want. And I was there way past closing and they actually sent Mr. Markman over to help. And I had to kind of keep that secret.
He got my ring for me, and it was at Christmas time. He proposed to me on Christmas morning, which was wonderful. Leading up to Christmas, I had this Pampered Chef party, catalog party at work, and I had all these huge Pampered Chef boxes that were delivered to our house for me to give to all the ladies to get all their orders together. So of course, being a great box that it is, I said, let's hang on to these boxes. You never know when you need a good box. So the next thing I know, there is this huge wrapped present about, I don't know, 5-7 days before Christmas. And the funny thing was the night before he had wrapped it, when he was wrapping it, it sounded like there was this huge Santa's workshop going on in the back bedroom. All I can hear was paper and tape and wrapping paper. I was like, what in the world are you wrapping back there? And he says, oh, don't worry about it, it's okay. But don't come in here, I'm like, okay. Of course, that obviously sparked my interest. I'm like, well, I want to know what it is. Sounds pretty good. So he brings out this huge box that was one of my Pampered Chef boxes, puts it under the tree and gives me direct instructions. Don't move it, it's very breakable. I said, okay. You don't tell me that, because of course, A, I want to know what's in it, and B, how heavy it is, how heavy is it? And
I found the sign that really embodied everything that I felt, which said, I have always known that you were the one. And I took the box with the ring in it, and I tied it to a ribbon, about 2 or 3 feet, and I tied a bow around the sign, and I put it in a big box and wrapped it. So I go to vacuum like a couple of days before Christmas, and I was vacuuming around the Christmas tree, and I barely nudged that box, and it moved very quickly, and I thought, there's nothing heavy in there. There's nothing. I had this in my head that there was this big, huge, major present. So of course, it was just killing me. So Christmas morning, we get up, we go to open our presents, and he says, okay, you pick first. I'm like, I want the big box. And he goes, no, you can't open the big box. And I'm like, why not? You said I could pick any present. He goes, rules are you can pick any box but the big one. I was like, crap. I was worse than a little 9-year-old at Christmas. So anyway, we get down to opening presents and everything, and he saves the big box for the very last present. So I open it, and I was like, and it's moving around the living room very easily. I was like, there's nothing breakable. And he said, oh yeah, there is something breakable in there. I said, okay. So I open the present, open it up, and there's this beautiful sign, a wooden sign that says, I have always known it would be you. And I said, oh, that's beautiful. I said, that's perfect. I just, I started to tear up. As she pulled the ribbon out, like I said, it was like a clown's silk handkerchief, and she got to the other end of it, and the ring box kind of came up out of the box. She just started tearing up, started shaking, her hands were quivering, and she was just like, what's in the box? What's in the box? Like she was in shock.
And I went to pull it out of the box, and there's this Christmas ribbon wrapped around it. And I'm like, why is there a ribbon wrapped around the handle of this sign? So I start pulling it up. It's like a clown's handkerchief. I just keep pulling and pulling. All this packing paper comes out, and all the thought of, now I know why there was all this ruckus going on the other night. You're packing all this paper in here. So I get down to the very bottom. There's this little bitty gift bag tied to the other end of the ribbon. And I just start shaking because I'm like, that's obviously some jewelry, but I don't know what's in it. And I didn't want to get my hopes up. And if it wasn't an engagement ring, I'd be like, oh, great.
And so I had to coax her into opening the ring box. And when she did, she started crying.
So anyway, I open it up, and there's this beautiful engagement ring inside. And I just sit there and I just start bawling my eyes out. He comes over and he says, "Will you marry me?" And I said, I'm just sobbing. I set the ring down on the ground. I grab him, I said, "Of course I will." I start bawling my eyes out. And it's so funny because I hand him the ring and he goes, "Are you giving it back?" And I said, "No, I want you to put it on my hand."
And she handed it to me to put it on. And it was funny because she was so taken back that I actually had to kind of remind her, "You're saying yes, you're saying no." But it was obvious she was going to say it. She did say yes.
So that's how he proposed. And of course I sat there and I cried more and more and more, and I couldn't believe it. That moment I've been waiting for. We've been dating over a year at that point. And I was like, finally, he proposes. And the funny thing is I had the secret wedding Pinterest board, and it finally went public the next day. So did his mom's. I was very, very surprised. It was a great, great proposal, very sneaky.
We have that sign still hanging right next to our front door as a reminder.
Family and friends, we welcome you today to witness the marriage of Jason and Robbie. You have shared in and contributed to their lives in the past, and by witnessing their marriage ceremony today, they ask you to share in their future. When you come together to make a public confession of your love and devotion, pronouncing vows and pledging your lives to each other, it is a threefold union. You are joined together legally, physically, and spiritually. Are you fully prepared to meet these obligations? If so, please say, "I am."
I am.
As you begin this new chapter in your lives, remember all of your yesterdays have led you to today, and your love will lead you into tomorrow. And I ask you to remember what 1 Corinthians chapter 13 teaches us of love. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love is never ending. We desire that at the end of your lives, you will be able to say these two things to each other. Because you have loved me, you have given me faith in myself. And because I have seen the good in you, I have received from you a faith in all humanity. Jason, Paul, Leinart, if it is your intention to take Robbie to be your husband, your wife, do you promise to love, honor, and cherish her in good times and in bad? And do you promise to stay true to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Robbie Ray McDaniel, if it is your intention to take Jason to be your husband, do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him in good times and in bad? And do you promise to stay true to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I, Jason, take you, Robbie,
I, Jason, take you, Robbie,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forth,
from this day forth,
to love, honor, and cherish,
to love, honor, and cherish,
to comfort and respect,
to comfort and respect,
in sorrow or in joy,
in sorrow and in joy,
in hardship or in plenty,
in hardship or in plenty,
so long as we both shall live.
so as long as you both shall live.
I, Robbie, take you, Jason,
I, Robbie, take you, Jason,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forth,
from this day forward,
to love, honor, and cherish,
to love, honor, and cherish,
to comfort and respect,
to comfort and respect,
in sorrow or in joy,
in sorrow or in joy,
in hardship or in plenty,
in hardship or in plenty,
so long as we both shall live.
so long as we both shall live.
Robbie, I give you this ring
As a token
as a token
that I will love you
that I will love you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways,
and in all ways,
forever.
forever.
Robbie, take this ring, place it on Jason's finger, and repeat after me. Jason, I give you this ring
Jason, I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
that I will love you
that I will love you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways,
and in all ways,
forever.
forever.
It is my honor to present to you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Jason Leinart. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you. These are the hands that are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief racks your heart and mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe tears from your eyes, tears of joy and tears of sorrow. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help hold your family together as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. These are the hands that even when wrinkled with age will still be reaching for yours, still giving the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Jason, I just want you to know that by asking me to marry you, you have made me, and I know I will be the happiest woman in the whole wide world.
You know, you really are my best friend, and I do love you. And I've never doubted 1 minute, you know, that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You know, I really have always known it would be you.
My name is Carrie Daniel. I'm Robbie's best friend. I'm the matron of honor. And my favorite memory of Robbie and Jason are when they first started liking each other, and so I had both of them actually speaking to me about how they cared about one another, but we're a little bashful to say it to each other. So I guess I was kind of the middleman, but it all worked out for the best, and they're together now. So,
my name is David Pelser, and I met Robbie and Jason a couple years ago. Probably it was one evening sitting on their porch. I stopped by and was sitting there talking to them, and there was this huge bug that was crawling on the wall. And while we were as we were talking, all three of our eyes were focused on that bug. Everywhere it went, it was huge. It was about that big, and we just we couldn't take our eyes off of it.
There is such a level of respect between the two of them and compassion between the two of them. They have so many of the same likes, and they both have huge hearts. And I think that when you have two people that care about each other, but yet are compassionate for their peers and for other people, I think that you can only build good through that, because they have so much gratitude for each day that they're given.
You know, you can just see it in their eyes when they're together. They're constantly holding hands and hugging and little bird kisses and things like that. So I think there's a true, genuine love, and I believe that they were made for each other.
What I want to pass on to you from my experience: be grateful for each day for the person that loves you. And because when you get to a certain point in life, and sometimes you get tickled or you get upset with them or you just want to wring their neck, just remember this day and how special you felt and how your heart was so big. Because for me, I think, even after 18 years with mine, we still sit and laugh with each other each night. And to me, laughter is the best medicine. It makes for a good marriage, and you all are wonderful together, and there'll be many, many years that we can look back on this day and just smile.
Robbie and Jason, I truly give you my best wishes, and I think you guys will succeed in being married for the rest of your lives. I was truly honored and truly blessed to be asked to be your best man and to be in both of you's wedding. And I just want to tell you that I'm all for you, and I wish you guys the best for the rest of your lives. And I hope we continue to be best friends forever.
We were born to meet someday. Our separate lives and separate love stood in our way. I've hid for years in this welded room, all passing cars with failed attempts to find you. Though every war I wanted to believe in, they only drove her farther out away from me. It's owed to endless exploration that our paths would surely meet. Oh, hey, my lover, I would have searched forever now. You're all I need. So many possibilities, every chance I've taken. Well, the words, they just have come out wrong. You're all I need. You're all I need.
I want to toast 3 words to you, and that is love, peace, and happiness. And I wish you guys the very best for the rest of your lives. as Mr. and Mrs. Leinart.
Each charted course that brought me back to where you are. And I just wanna watch the scene unfold. You've given me a strength I did not know. My tired eyes have shown, so we both should get some sleep. But I want you lay beside me, grazing your shoulder. You are a shelter I will soon discover. I've fallen victim to the trap, and I'm never coming back. Well, hey, my lover, I would have searched forever now. You're all I need. So many possibilities. Every chance I've taken, well, the words, they just have come out wrong. You're all I need. You're all I need. Hey, my lover, I would have searched forever now. You're all I need. So many possibilities. Every chance I've taken, well, the words, they just have come out wrong. You're all I need. You're all I need.
You are my best friend. You're my soulmate. I love you with my whole heart. You have already made me the happiest woman in the whole wide world, and I know the best is yet to be. And I'm so honored to be your wife.
You know, I just want you to know that even before the wedding, that, you know, you are my best friend. You know, you are definitely my soulmate. There's never been anyone that I've felt so close to, and connected to, and open with, and honest.
I just want to thank you for being the man that you are. Thank you for being the man that you were. Thank you for being the man that you will be. And I just appreciate you and love you with all my heart. And my prayer is that I make you as happy as you have made me, and will continue to do so.
There was always something special about you, and I definitely wasn't going to let you get away. Now I got you, so you can't get away.
You're just the most wonderful person in the whole wide world. You are my soulmate, the love of my life, my best friend, my husband, and I'm so glad to be able to say that. You have no idea how much love you bring to me, and how much love you give me, and how much love you show me.
You know, I will always be faithful, and I will always be true. And like we've talked about before, I will wake up every day and look for a reason to make you glad that you married me and that you picked me.
And I'm just so thrilled that you are in my life today. I'm just grateful that I'm able to be the woman I am today, to be there for you and to be your wife.
I know that there's nothing that we can't get through together. I know everything won't be great, and will be hard times, life on life's terms, but I know that the love we have and the openness we have, that we'll get through everything and we'll be stronger for it.
You're the most handsome man in the whole wide world. I just love you to death. And I just think, I thank God every day for you. I pray for you more than I pray for myself, because I just want you to have all the joys and the love that you've given me. And I just appreciate everything you've ever done for me.
Don't ever doubt that you are the love of my life, because I can tell you honestly right now that you are, and nothing will ever change that. And I do love you so much.
I promise to be the best wife that I can be, and I promise to always be there for you and support you no matter what we may go through. But I just love you with all my heart, and you're just the most wonderful person in the whole wide world, and I just can't tell you enough. I love you.